All right, let's take a look at this mixture problem. I want to show you a table technique that allows you to solve all of these types of mixture problems easily. First off, the table is a 3 by 3 table, so let's set that up. 3 rows, 3 columns. Along the top will go the things that you're mixing together. Maybe we can call them solution 1, solution 2, and then there's also the mixture. Okay, the first row will be the amount that you're putting in. The second row will be the value of that amount. And the third row will be a total. The total, right? Once I explain it, it'll all be clear. All right, so as we're looking through this, it says we need 525 milliliters. Okay, so that's the amount of the mixture. So we can put 525 in that spot. Of a 10% alcohol solution, so the mixture's value is 0.1. That is 10% in decimal. On hand, we have a 5% alcohol mixture, so one of the solutions is 5% for their value. I'll use the first one. You also have an 80%, so that would be 0.8. So we have the values of the three things I'm using, the mixture and the two solutions, and we have the amount of the mixture. And the question is, how much of each mixture, of each solution, will you need to add? All right, so I want to call this maybe X and this Y. All right, now here comes the power of this situation. First off, going down, you multiply. So you multiply going down. So this would be 0.05x. Multiply going down, 0.8y. Here we actually have numbers, so we can just multiply and get the final answer, 52.5. So now we have our equation, our table all filled out. Next up, there are equations. These first and third rows are equations. So that means that we have x plus y equals 525. Oops, my rate should go, there we go. And we also have 0.05x plus 0.8y equals 52.5. And this is a system of equations that we can solve with substitution or elimination. This is probably the hardest part of these mixture problems, is getting to the system of equations to solve. After that, it's pretty straightforward as far as the method goes, but finding the system is critical. And this method with this table works out really well. You have to remember that you multiply going down, the top times the middle equals the bottom, and the top and the bottom rows are equations, where you add the first two and equal the third. And this works for every mixture problem in this course, as well as Math 1010, Math 1050, etc. Now, as far as solving this, I would probably solve for y, and then I would plug that in to this y and substitute, giving me 0.05x plus 0.8 times 525 minus x equals 52.5. This is now an equation just for x, so I just need to simplify this equation and distribute right there. Let's do that. $420, then minus 0.8x equals 52.5. Let me move this 420 to the right. And I can also combine these like terms on the left. So that would be 0.05 plus, minus 0.8. That's how many x's? So we have negative 0.75x on the left, and 52.5 minus 420 on the right is negative 367.5. And one step from solving for x, divide by the coefficient, and we have x equals, and we have the number 367.5 on our calculator, so I can just divide negative 0.75, and x equals 490. Now x I have as the first column variable. That's the one with the 0.05. Our units are milliliters. So this would be 490 milliliters at 5%. Okay. Now we also have, back to this equation, what y equals, 525 minus x. So we can work out y equals 525 minus x, and that's 525 minus 490, which is 35, and that'll be how many milliliters at the other strength, the 80%. And here we have our answers in a story form, which is what we're after, 490 and 35. So this table works really well for the mixture problems. It's always the solution, the first thing you're mixing, the second thing you're mixing, and the mixture for the columns. The amount, how much you're mixing, the value, and the total. You multiply the top two to get to the bottom one for each column, and you add an equals for the top and the bottom row to get your equation. I usually use substitution and just let my calculator do all the decimals and back substitute, etc. Hopefully this helps you out. All right.